There is a saying that a man's enemies are members of his own household. Yes, a man's enemies are members of his own household. And there's also a saying that says those who want to get anybody actually passes through those who are very, very extremely close to them. If you can actually be scared of people around you, the better for you. There's another place that says, keep your enemies, your friends close, but your enemies closer. Hello, everyone, and welcome to D&Z TV, the place where you give you up-to-date information of everything happening in the royal family and the Oni of Ife's palace. So, if you've not subscribed to the channel, we urge you right now to click on the subscription button, comment, like, and share our videos. And as you do this, we will up to date give you information of everything happening as it's happening. Now, it is really pertinent to note that Elizabeth, all this while, has been playing a double standard game. Yes, Elizabeth seems to be playing a double standard game because it has now been revealed why her sudden closeness to Queen Naomi. She needed to be super close to Naomi because she had some ulterior motives. That is actually the latest revelation that we have gotten. It's been very important that whenever something happens, the first person that is always attacked is always the one who takes precaution. Now, when Dr. Lizzy came into the palace, everybody was quite excited that at least there's someone who is a little bit different from all the other wives. Yes, they felt that there's someone who was different from all the other wives, who does not do things the way the other wives do them. So, she actually had some very close encounters with Queen Naomi. So, in the midst of all of this closeness and with the things that were happening, Naomi now, there's what we call in our street language, there's what we call lose guard. Naomi now lose guard. That was how Dr. Lizzy run her street. And when somebody run your street, it can be very painful. Yes, it can be painful because you will begin to feel and think that this person is supposed to have your back. So when somebody down doesn't have your back because of some uncertainty that is happening, it now becomes very tedious for anyone to actually stop a process that will not have any economic importance and value to the Oni of Ife. Now, Dr. Lizzy was really close to Queen Naomi. She was so close with Queen Naomi because that at times, even when they are in the palace and things are going haywire, he actually felt or feels or hoped that the Oni ought to have a child from a very legitimate home. But this has been actually proved very difficult because the women in question all have is always to have a good cynosure of how things are done and how things should not be done. So for those who actually do not have the patience and willpower and understanding to carry out some certain things, they should know that a lot of ways that these women use to get involved in people is to use what we call emotional blackmail. Now, emotional blackmail does not actually work in a whole lot of people, but there's some certain persons that have a particular way in which they open up their problems. So, Dr. Lizzy now coming to form love and having to change the perspective and mindset of Naomi is very, very fishy. Yes, it's very, very fishy because thank God Queen Naomi is not somebody who talks anyhow. Because the truth is, if Queen Naomi is somebody who talks anyhow, by now, information could have been flying everywhere that see what Naomi said, see what Naomi said. But the truth is, Naomi does not have that kind of time. The only thing Naomi can do is to remain steadfast, remain steady, and things will logically fall in place to make everybody wholeheartedly agree that of a truth, this person is a person that can be trusted. Because whether you like it or yes, once you do not have absolute trust in someone, there are tendencies that you might not fly the way logically you should fly. So you are actually going to somehow fall out of favor with your master or your boss. And this is something everybody is actually trying to avoid, not to fall out of favor. Because Lizzy has actually fallen out of favor with Naomi. And if something is not done properly to harness or change the perspective and landscape of things, it will be very difficult for Lizzy to have a hand in what is happening in the palace again.